Okay, now we are going to see reflection in a Cartesian plane, but now we are going to first handle this activity in our groups. Now, I told you to come with mirrors today. So each group, you are going to group yourselves in 5. Then this is what we are going to do. I think every group here you have a pen. So what you are going to do, put a pen in front of that mirror and note your observations. I want you to note your observations. Then after that, in your groups, plot the points A and B using the y-axis and line of reflection. Find the coordinates of the image formed. Then this one, the same idea. But I want us first to do this, then I give you guidelines before you come to this. So can you start? You put a mirror, then you put a pen in front of it. And you just note what you see in your group. You note what you see or what you can easily observe. And then you tell me. Can you start? Okay. Okay, we are going to use group J. The time is out. So this is what group J we are able to note. So we are going to use group J work. So group J, for them they are telling us, I'm going to fill it here so that I find it. So I'm going to correct some. So group J, they are telling us that image inside a mirror. So for them, they are observations. So observations, they are here. Observations. So this is group J. They are telling us that the image is inside a mirror. Similarly from the image and object. Object of the pen is in front of the mirror. Mirror has the same color and size. So we can go with one. So other groups also have the observations. But let me I'm going to just wash these ones, then we make them very okay. I'm going to start with this one. Pen in front of the mirror. Was the pen in front of the mirror according to your observations? So the pen is acting as a what? As an object. Okay. So we are going to start with that. Object in front of a mirror. A mirror. Not so. So the object was the pen, right? So we are going to, I'm just making notes from what you've given, but I'm just going to improve some few. Others we are going to take the way they are. So the object in front of a mirror. In front of a mirror. I think we saw that the object was in front of the mirror, the pen. Okay, then we are going to move this one. They say the image inside the mirror. So the image inside the mirror, what does it mean? It was behind. For them, they saw it as inside the mirror, but the correct way we are going to say the image is behind the mirror. So the image was behind the mirror. So for them they saw it as inside, but it's not. In the actual sense, it was behind the mirror. So what do we note if the object is in front of the mirror and the image is behind the mirror? So I have two things here. I have a mirror. So this is what I have. I'm going to use this space here. I have something here. So this is my mirror. I have this and I have this. What did they notice? So they told us that similar length of the image and the object. So there we are going to we are going to correct it. For them they say similar length of the image and object. So there we are going to correct that. Image and object have equal distances from the mirror. So that's what they mean. See, when you look at that pen, I think you saw that the distance from here up to here, they were at the same distance. I think if you try to realize that. Can you realize that again? The distance, the image you see behind, as they say, is the same with the distance you see for the pen. Okay, so that's what we are collecting there. Then they say the penny in the middle has the same color and size. So what can we note about that? Object and a shape and the image, object and image, object and image have the same size and shape. Though for them they say they have the same color. Okay, that's also okay. But we are putting it in a math. But they have the same size and the same shape. So I think so that the pen you saw in front was the same you saw in the middle. Okay. Then here they say do we have anything to add on? Anyway, so now let me add it on mine here. From there, they have 4 points, and let me add mine there. So when you see this point and this point, they are the same distance from here up to here. This line is acting as what? If you remember when we said this paper, I think remember the paper was starting with. We said when that divides it into 2. Remember? So if the distance from here up to here is the same as distance from here up to here, what do you notice about this middle line? Now we are calling this the middle line. It acts as the line of symmetry. So you note also that middle line is like a line of symmetry. Then what else do we note? Now here I'm going to add on something. Whenever we are in, if we have, so here I'm going to add on that. Whenever we have an object as B, then our image is always given as B prime. So we use primes to show images. So if the coordinates of the object, if the point of the object, let me use if the point of the object is B, then B prime is the point of the image. So that's what I expect from you members now when you are handling the next part. So whenever you are writing the object, we are going to be having, then whenever you are writing the coordinates or the points of the image, we use A prime, B prime, there we use P prime, Q prime. Okay, now based on these ideas, can you handle this activity? You have 10 minutes for that. Can you start? Okay, are you done? Okay, we are going to use group 4 work for them there to do. And this is, you have used already pen to differentiate. Anyway, don't do this in any. Okay, this is what group 4 are having. Hope you can see. This is what we are going to use for group 4. Okay, so we are going to base on this work for group 4, then we handle our, but because they're not busy enough, I'm going to try to do them again myself. Okay, that's how it is here. So they start by naming the axes. This is y-axis, and this is x-axis. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. negative 4. 1, 2. Negative 4. This is the origin. So, I think we have seen protein in the first chapters. So, we start by protein A. A is a 3, 4. It means that I'm going to look for 3 first on the X, then I come for 4 on the Y. This is what I'm going to be having here. I think this one is going to be my A. As they indicate, this is A3, 4. Then I have also B, negative 2. Negative 2, which is here. I think we know how to plot. We saw this one earlier. Negative 2. Okay, now they're telling us using the y-axis as a line of reflection. So line of reflection means that now it's going to act as a mirror because we are reflecting through something. So now this one is going to act as the mirror in the y-axis. So this one is acting as the mirror line. So based on how observations we made, you said the image is behind the mirror. So if this is the object and this is the mirror, this one is going to be behind. If it's the object, it's going to be behind. Now the image is going to be this side. Remember? But I'm saying image and the objects have equal distances from the mirror. So what I expected you to do, from the mirror you measure, from here up here there are 3 units. Then you it means that also, if this is the object, it means that even the image is going to be 3 units to the opposite side. So here, I expected you also to come and measure the units, they were 3. Even here they are going to be 3. So this is where our image is going to be now. But you say the image is represented with a line. Remember that? Now, can you read the coordinates? How do you read the coordinates? We read the x, then the y. So here, what is the x? You start, if that is the case, my x is negative 3. Then the y is 4. So negative 3 from here. Then my y, you start the coordinate for y is 4, 4. That is our case. Are we there? Then now here we have this as the object. So meaning this is the mirror. So the image is going to be behind. So when the object is side, this is the behind. When it's this side, the other is the behind. You get the point? So we get the behind or the in front based on where the object is. So can I reflect this side? So we say the distance should be the same. So this is negative 2. From here, there are 2 units. So meaning this side is going to be 2 units. Which is going to be here. So this is going to be my B line. How can we read the coordinates? We said we read the x. So what is the x here? The x is the x-axis. So the x is 2. Then the y, we start the y is negative 2. So therefore the coordinates are, for A prime is negative 3, 4. Then for B prime it is 2, negative 2. Write them on the graph. So here members never did that, so orange will indicate them there. So when they come at activity 2, we start by plotting 2, 1. So this is 1, 2, 3. This is our x. This is our y. Okay, so can we put this? This was 2, 1. So they put it correctly. This was 2, 1, which was B. 2, 1. Then Q, negative 1, 1. Q, negative 1, 1. Then M, negative 2, negative 3. Negative 2 the X, then negative 3 the Y, which is here. Okay, this is M. Negative 2, negative 3. Now, which axis are they telling us to use? They are telling us to use using x-axis as the near line. Now, are we seeing all the x-axis? Our x-axis is here. So now this is acting as our near line. So you indicate, and now this one is acting as the middle line, the x-axis. Middle line. So if this one, we say now, if this now the middle line, it means that this is the in front, based on this object, this is the behind. And you say the image is from behind. So the same distance, so you measure the distance from here up to here. You see it's 1. So meaning this one is going to be from here, shall be having 1 unit, and we having the image. So our image is going to be here, implied, which is the x is 2, the y is -1. Are we there? So the same distance, what is the distance from here up to here, is the same as the distance from here up to there. Then when you come to Roman numeral, they have q, -1. So this is the line. So meaning it's going to be from the side. So meaning this will be now, this is going to be my cube line, which is going to be, now the x here is -1, the y is what? So now the y is -1. When I come to m, now m is below the middle. So this is going to be the front, the behind is going to be the side, based on the line. So it's not this one now. From here I measure from here up to here, there are how many units? The distance should be perpendicular. So here I'm 3, they are 3. So meaning even inside they are going to be 3. So this way my image is going to be. It is going to be now m line, which is -2, -3. I mean positive, not negative. So this y here is positive. Yep. I think you can see. So from there, after doing that, we come and we give our coordinates. So P line is 2, -1. Q line is -1, -1. M line is -2, 3. So that's what we have there. So that's how we are able, that's how we can do this. Now, I want you to make an observation. If we are reflecting in the x-axis, do the coordinates of x change? What changes? The coordinate of y. See, this is 2, this is 2. This is -1, this is -1. This is -2, this is -2. But you see this one from 1, and the side is just the side which is changing, right? Okay, you also make an observation here. If you are using the x-axis, and the coordinates of y changing, you see this was 4, even this was 4. So this one was 3, this one became -3. So this was 2, -2, this was -2. By the side of this x changed to this. Are you observing that? Anyway, that's what you are going to go and make some notes about it. Anyway, so whenever you are using x-axis and y-axis, now but we can use lines, horizontal and vertical lines, as we are going to see there. So that's it. I wish you well.